professional, working as a producer, director, actor, and teaching artist. In Greater Boston and regionally, she has worked in various artistic capacities at Bridge Rep, Nora Theater Company, Playhouse Creatures Theater Company, New Rep, Commonwealth Shakes, Trinity Rep, A Solo Rep, Paper Mill Playhouse, and Hartford Stage. In Cambridge, she is the founder and producing artistic director of Bridge Rep. She's a faculty member in the Department of Theater Arts at MIT, where she received a 2018 Leviton Teaching Award from the School of Humanities and Social Services. And she's a city manager, appointed member of the Cambridge Arts Advisory Board. She also serves on the board of Greater Boston Theater Community Benevolent Fund and is a member of Actors Equity Association. She holds her MFA in acting from Brown University, Trinity Rep, and her BA in theater and dance from Amherst College, where she graduated summa cum laude. She loves her wife Rachel and her dog Rusty. Welcome, Olivia.
To your beautiful school and your beautiful theater. You have a very beautiful school spirit and an amazing department spirit, and it's very special. And I've just been here a few minutes with you all and can palpably feel it, so good on you. Keep it up. In preparing my remarks today and thinking about sort of the enormity of the world right now, I couldn't really narrow my focus to one specific enormous topic or theme, and instead I've opted to offer you the 10 or so overarching, crucial lessons that I've learned about being a playmaker and being a person since I was in your shoes about a decade ago, give or take, a day or two. So first, and this is also sort of a disclaimer, I suppose, everyone's opinions, including my own, are just that. They are opinions, born from each individual's unique experience in the world. Opinions are not facts, they are not universal truths, and they do not provide the magic key that will unlock the pathway to your hopes and dreams. As such, you must beware the urge to chase other people's opinions. Believe me, the urge to chase them is very real, especially if you stay in the theater, which all too often lulls us into operating from a space of fear and scarcity, and all too often makes us feel like we're either not enough or far, far too much. Instead, I humbly suggest that you take other people's input, let it percolate alongside your own experiences, and use all that information to continually develop your own opinions and belief systems, because they will be your guide as you simultaneously build and walk your own authentic path, sort of like Indiana Jones stepping into the abyss and trusting that the pathway would appear underneath his feet. Next, and this is sort of a big one, all right? Fear, in its most insidious forms, will be the greatest obstacle to your growth. And while it's easy to identify big fears of, say, the dark or fear of dying, or for me, I have a crippling fear of cats. They're terrifying. It's much more difficult to discern the subtle day-to-day and moment-to-moment fears that hold us back. All negative thinking, for example, is born from fear. All procrastination is born from fear. I cannot recommend enough that you get really, really interested in the concept of fear. Google it, ask Siri about it, study the science behind it, Learn to recognize how fear manifests physically, mentally, emotionally in you, and begin right now, today, devising strategies to overcome your fears, because they will inhibit you more than anything else. Along those lines, it is not noble to practice negative self-talk. You are not doing anyone any favors by self-flagellating, and in fact, it's a self-indulgent waste of time. Just stop. All right? Your incredible teachers and parents and mentors and coaches and directors have not spent their time and energy investing in you for you to do anything else than rise up and contribute to the world. So, rise up. It can be so much easier to hide behind the feeling of, oh, I suck, or oh, I'm not good enough. That's much easier than saying, you know what? I've been equipped to do these incredibly difficult, challenging things, and I'm going to go do them. In terms of goal setting, try to let go of the amorphous notion of making it or not, because there is really not such a thing. Especially in the theater, all right? You either hang in and keep making work, or you switch gears and you focus your energies and talents on something else. There is nothing inherently wrong or inherently right with either of those courses. Along the same lines, try to eschew the success-failure binary for measuring what you do in the world. Instead, try adopting a growth mindset, because both positive and negative experiences ultimately contribute to your growth, which means even the really struggly, ugly times ultimately serve to make you wiser, bolder, fiercer, kinder, and better equipped for whatever comes next. Also, in terms of your continued growth, seek out opportunities to teach that which you endeavor to do professionally. You will learn so much about your chosen occupation through the act of trying to explain its workings to someone else. I teach theater at MIT, for example. There's a bit of a distance between what I do and what they do. And endeavoring to teach them what I do has taught me what I do. Furthermore, you will continue to learn and grow by surrounding yourself with people of all ages at every age. Those who are younger and much younger, those who are older and much older, all have knowledge and wisdom that can feed you, and vice versa in the other direction. Next, on my list of wisdoms, we must all embrace and practice confidence, which, and I love this, literally translates to mean with faith. Con fide, with faith. In particular, when it comes to confidence, 1, work hard to put yourself in a good position to ask for what you want from whomever has the ability to give it to you. 2, remember that whomever that person is, she, he, or they, is just that, a person. And trust that the majority of those persons, no matter how fancy or intimidating they may seem, want to be good and do good things for other people, which means they are likely actually on your side, believe it or not. That said, if someone does turn out to be a bit of a jerk, you're probably better off knowing that and avoiding them. So, really, any interaction is a win-win. By asking for what you want, you either gain an ally, or you avoid a toxic relationship that's going to hold you back. Also, when you ask for what you want, Using the phrase, "I humbly and respectfully request," ... fill in the blank, okay, is extremely useful. It goes a long way, especially if you're asking for something big, because it's a phrase that allows you to both demonstrate deference without undermining or apologizing for yourself. Speaking up. Do not say, "I'm sorry," when what you mean is "thank you." For example, ditch phrases like, "I'm sorry to take up your time," and go instead with, "Thank you for sharing your valuable time with me." By doing so, you are telling that person that you are worth their time, while also honoring that their time is valuable. When it comes to leadership, the phrase, "if you agree," is exceptionally helpful. It signals to the individual or group with which you are working what exactly it is that you, as the leader, want to do. And it also creates a safe space for your colleagues to opt in with feedback or suggestions. In the event that you are met with feedback or suggestions, or even the occasional constructive criticism, welcome that information in without getting defensive, because constructive criticism often ends up making you better than you were before. Don't let your ego get in the way of that growth. Now, if your personality is inclined more toward playing a supporting role than being a leader, good for you. Things work best when a strong leader has an even stronger team supporting them. There is nothing less valuable about being the wing person. Although the leadership roles are crucial, the support staff has a special skill set all its own. Now, whether you end up in a leadership or a support position, when you screw up, apologize plainly, swiftly, and simply. Then correct the mistake and move on. An amazing amount of time, energy, and goodwill will be preserved by taking these simple steps in the aftermath of a human error, and they are bound to happen even to the best of us. On the opposite side of the coin, say thank you with your words and your actions more often than you ever think you could possibly need to, and then say it again once more for good measure. Last but not least, wherever you go in your life, and whatever you end up doing, your training and background in the theater will serve you. Trust that ours is a worthwhile endeavor for you, for your community, and for the world. Do not allow the anti-elitism rhetoric of the day to make you feel any shame or any hesitation. Wanting to create plays and music and dance and poetry is not elite. Wanting to open the minds and hearts of our neighbors is not elite. Using the arts to create a more compassionate, joyful, and equitable society is not elite. Do not give in to that toxic rhetoric, not even in your heart of hearts. Before I wish you a beautiful year of playmaking, I did have one PS, and that is, get a dog.